English Literature, Class 5, The Golden Touch, Lecture number 1, Main Characters, The Wonderful Wings. Greek Mythology. What is Greek mythology? Greek mythology is the set of stories about the gods, goddesses, heroes, and rituals of the ancient Greeks. The most popular Greek mythology figures include Greek gods like Zeus, Poseidon, Apollo, Greek goddesses like Hera. They lived on the Mount Olympus, the highest mountain in Greece. From their perch, they ruled every aspect of the human life. There are 12 main Olympians. Before reading and understanding about the gods, we need to understand the belief about these ancient people. They didn't believe in one god. They thought that for every wish, demand or task, there is a separate god. As mentioned in this story, we need to know about their main gods. Who was Zeus? Zeus was the king of the Greek gods who lived on the Mount Olympus. He was the god of the sky and thunder. His symbol include the lightning bolt, the eagle, the bull, and the oak tree. He was married to the goddess Hera. Our next god is Goddess Hera. Who was Hera? Hera is the queen of the gods and is the wife of Zeus. She is known for being the goddess of marriage and birth. Even before her marriage with Zeus, she ruled over the heavens and the earth. This is one reason why she is referred to as the Queen of Heavens. Our next god is God Hades. Who was Hades? Hades was the god of the underworld, and the name eventually came to also describe the home of the dead as well. He was the oldest male child of Cronus and Rhea. Hades and his brothers Zeus and Poseidon defeated their father and claiming the rulership over the cosmos. They agreed to split their rule with Zeus, becoming god of the skies, Poseidon god of the sea, and Hades god of the underworld. Our next god is god Poseidon. Who was Poseidon? Poseidon was the god of the sea, earthquake, storms, and horses, and is considered one of the most bad-tempered, moody, and greedy Olympian gods. He was known to be revengeful when insulted. Now move towards the story, The Wonderful Wings. Today we will discuss the main characters, and our 4 main characters are Daedalus, Icarus, Perseus, and Minos. Minos was the son of the god Zeus. Our first main character is Daedalus. The Daedalus family. Daedalus was an artist, his wife was dead, and he brought up his son and a nephew Perseus, famous craftsman. He was a famous craftsman. He made wonderful statues, and he could also build lovely houses and temples. All the rich men asked Daedalus to build palaces for them. Built the labyrinth. Like every rich man, when King Minos also heard about Daedalus' skill, he had a strange animal called the Minotaur. This was a very dangerous animal, and Minos needed a safe place for it. Daedalus built the labyrinth, and it was his greatest piece of work. Killer. Daedalus was a killer too. Daedalus has a nephew named Perdiccas. He was a clever and eager boy. He copied Daedalus, and soon he was making wonderful things. When people praised Perdiccas at first, Daedalus felt proud, but when they said he was better artist than his uncle, Daedalus felt hurt and jealous. So Daedalus pushed the Perdiccas from the top of the cliff, created wings to fly. When King Minos put Daedalus and Icarus in prison, he said to his father that he wants to fly like a bird. Daedalus observed the birds and watched how they flew. So Daedalus made wings for his son. Now move towards the next character. Our next character is Icarus. Icarus family. Icarus was the son of Daedalus. His mother was dead when he was too young. He was brought up by his father. Icarus' wish. When King Minos put Daedalus and Icarus in prison, he said to his father that he wants to fly like a bird. So Daedalus made wings for his son. When Icarus started his flight, his father advised him not to fly too high or too low. But Icarus opened his wings wide and flew up towards the hot sun. Sun's furious heat burned Icarus' face. Soon the wax around his feathers began to melt, one by one. The feathers dropped from the wings, fell like the snow towards the sea. Icarus hit the water and went below the waves. Daedalus moved his son towards the island, but it was no good. Icarus was dead. And now move towards the next character. Our next character is King Minos. Who was King Minos? King of Crete. Athens was the island of the Crete. Minos was king of Crete, and he was son of god Zeus, head of the gods. Dangerous animal. King Minos had a strange animal named a Minotaur. It was a dangerous animal, and Minos needed a safe place for him. So he asked Daedalus for help. Relation between the Daedalus and the Minos. There is not a specific relationship between King Minos and the Daedalus. Daedalus was just a worker for king. But due to Daedalus' fine work, King Minos appreciated and grateful to him. So he gave a rewards to Daedalus and said to Daedalus, "You come to Crete anytime, you will always welcome." Our next character is Perdiccas. Who was Perdiccas? Perdiccas' family. Perdiccas was the nephew of the Daedalus. His parents were dead, and his uncle took care of him. Clever and eager. Perdiccas was a clever and eager boy. He wanted to be as skillful as his uncle. He copied everything very carefully. Perdiccas was soon as skillful as his uncle. He used his skill in new and clever ways. Who killed him? Daedalus' uncle pushed Perdiccas at the top of the cliff because he was jealous from him. When Daedalus pushed him, he was crying and fell down towards the rock. Goddess Minerva heard his cry. She knew Perdiccas and loved him for his skill. She changed him into the small brown bird. So that's how Goddess Minerva saved the Perdiccas.